So this is the non-glamorous side of real estate. This is the part, like doing this at 90-degree heat in the summer in Florida, weekend and weekend out, is where most agents, you lose them. They just, it's not hard work. It's just like anything else. It's the consistency in action, which is what's going to drive results. But would I rather be on the beach right now? Of course, but life calls, right? I got a business, I got 2 girls in college, I got, I got goals and aspirations. So I'll take off Monday, but I'll spend the weekend putting open house signs out. And it's a great way to get your steps in. The goal is we're trying to get about 25 open house signs out at minimum. And obviously placement is everything, because you want to put them at major intersections, because you're trying to not only drive the online traffic, because we schedule all these open houses through portals like Zillow and Realtor.com and Facebook advertising, but then also the signage on the street is huge, because you just never know who's driving by and who's just going to pull in and check it out. Just in case they missed the 20 signs and the flags. The same process you see me doing right now, and the online process that we do it for every listing. I don't care if it's 335,000 or 1.3 million. It's the same for every property. You just never know who's going to show, right? It's based on supply and demand. Some open houses, we've had lakefront open houses, we had 50 people through the door, in a 3-hour time period. And other days, the honest side, sometimes no one shows up, man. If I'm inside and I'm by myself, if Jen's not with me, then I get on my computer, my database, and I just start making some phone calls. We have door hangers that we can put out on properties just to let the neighbors know, what's going on with the house. Because again, sometimes neighbors are your best ally, because you just never know who possibly wants to move into the area.
So this is the power pack that we get from LPT. This is invaluable because it lead captures. So it not only displays the interior of the house, but we hang it from the yard sign. They can text that code and get specific information about the house on their phone. And then we can also follow up with them. And usually the people driving by the house, gotten away from their computer, are pretty strong leads. So I used to pay a lot of money for a service just like this back in the day. They also give us postcards that we can send around to the neighbors. Anyone who comes, we get customized thank you note. We also get business cards printed. They're the tent cards with the house information, the same code that's on the rider, so they can send it to their friends and family too, which is awesome. And then we also get a set of business cards with specific house information and our information on the back. We also get full-size flyers and door hangers and more tent cards just for people who are coming to the open house.
We have our own little kit that we bring to all of our open houses, some marketing materials, magazines, and then our flyers that we bring as well, and then also the agent cheat sheet, we call it. So you have you have a talking points, right? So when we take listings, we have a checklist of questions that we need to ask the seller, because most buyers, they all have the same questions, right? They want to know age of the home, they want to know property taxes, they want to know what age of roof, the HVAC, the hot water heater, all those standard questions. So it's nice when people walk in, I kind of hit all those topics right off the bat, and then I say, hey, you're free to roam, do your thing, take your time. Any additional questions, let me know. But typically, we try and knock them all out before they, give them the information up front, and then let them walk around and stay as long as they want. If you're an agent listing this property, it's a dream, because everything's done, right? So when a buyer walks in, they literally, all we have to negotiate really is the price, because the inspection, the house is going to come back clean, and we know the age of everything that was done, and everything is relatively new and been updated. And then also too, on the buy side, you can negotiate a home warranty, which I always recommend, because look, everything, even if it's the newest of the new, this is why new construction, they always have warranties, because you never know, it's mechanical, right? And we could say, look, the HVAC is only 2 years old, but tomorrow could something happen? Of course. So if you negotiate a seller paid home warranty, we work with a company called HWA just because it has a 13-month warranty. A house like this, you could get a warranty for less than $700 a year. And one little thing goes wrong, it's paid for itself, because all you have is a $100 deductible. And I always recommend get the highest level warranty that you possibly can, so you know that everything is covered. I encourage the sellers too to even offer them, like offer a home warranty, because then this way, if God forbid something happens a week, a month, 2 months after closing, the buyers don't think it's a conspiracy theory, right? Things do break at the end of the day. So when they have the warranty company now to call. Today's day and age too, I mean, think about it. You call a plumber, you call an electrician. They're all charging $75 to $150 trip charge just to come out. And that's before they diagnose the problem. So the deductible for the warranty is only $100. So again, just little tidbits of information that as a buyer and as a seller, especially in a market when prices are starting to stagnate, you know, days on market's going up, new construction is still in most of these areas that resales have to compete against. It's imperative that you offer or put these things out there up front for your buyers to have these options. Like if you're a new agent, and sometimes it's difficult to articulate your value, right? Because you don't know, like when we started, right? When I was like gonna cash back, I was gonna give away our commission, right?
Right.
I used to think, yeah, just throw it in the MLS and, you know, run away, let some other agents sell it, right?
Right.
You don't, until you're in this day to day for like 20 years, right? You don't understand.
This piece is invaluable, and if anybody wants it, they can reach out to us, but it's 151 steps. It's actually our VIP seller program. So we use it as part of our listing presentation to break down.
Like it's legit.
It's legit. We go through it every
right.
once in a
It's
while
not
just to
like,
make sure.
oh, another 20-step thing, blah, blah, blah.
But,
Because we went through it step by step. Well, we do every one of these tasks.
I mean, but it really is 151 steps that we take with our strategic marketing programs to get a house sold. So this is invaluable, like I said, to sellers, just to understand, you know, what we're doing for them, as well as new agents who are like, where do I start? How do I tell someone what I'm doing for them, or how I'm
Right.
going to get their house sold?
And even seasoned agents sometimes too that are looking to switch things up a little bit. Let's say, for
Right.
example, if they're having issues or if their home's not selling, like, hey, is there something possibly that I could implement new into my marketing to help the sale of the property, and not just have to perpetually go back to the sellers and say, hey, I think we need another price improvement, which means we're dropping the price again, right?
Right.
So, and sometimes it is that, right, which is legit. But if you can offer them other options, especially in a market like this where days on market is up, prices are starting to flatten out and even come down in
Right.
certain
It
areas.
helps set that expectation so everyone's on the same playing field.
Exactly, and that's part of like our mantra when we sit down with sellers is the communication, because you have to, even if if we're not getting showings or what's going on, you just got to be upfront and honest and attack the problem before it becomes a bigger problem, right?
Right.
So,
Always stay out of it.
so look, I mean, the market's tough right now. We have a lot of agents that are bailing, right?
But for those people who are serious, like that's an awesome time. It's an awesome time to dive in,
Right.
feet
Do
first.
the opposite,
Do
right?
the opposite of the masses.
So if agents are getting out, maybe if you've
It's an
ever thought about
opportunity.
getting in, right?
Right.
And one thing we've seen and we've told our agents over the years, and that we still do because we're in an open house right now, even if you don't have any listings, go find empty, vacant listings in your market, reach out to the listing agents, offer them the opportunity for you to come in, sit the open house. It's a great thing for them because they can then tell their sellers like, hey, we're doing open houses every weekend, right?
It's truly a win-win-win.
Right.
Because the agent who's looking for business, they get to sit there and get all the buyer leads, all the buyers that are walking through looking for that house. And maybe that's not the house for them.
Right.
But maybe they can find them another house.
But also too, there's also neighbors that come in and say, hey, I've seen you out, and this has happened to us. I've seen you guys out here 4 weekends in a row. Man, you guys are aggressive. I love it. We're thinking of selling. Can you come over and take a look at our house? So it's not just buy-side business, it's both. It's business.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're getting business or the opportunity. Sometimes it's just that action. You got to get out there and do something to get the wheels rolling. And then the second win is that the sellers get more eyes on their property. Like they are having someone showcase their property, post it more places,
Right.
have all the signs out. It's just more exposure. So that's how you get a house sold, right? And then for the agent, the listing agent, they're having someone help sell their listing, which is at the end of the day what the goal is for them and the seller. So it really is like win-win-win.
Right.
Everybody wins. And you can even, if you're an agent and you're looking for a house, be strategic on the price point. If you want a higher price point, they're out there. You just have to pick up the phone and call. I've never heard of another listing agent who wasn't already holding an open house say no.
Right.
It just
Why
doesn't
would you?
happen.
Yeah.
Right.
And especially too, like an LPT Realty, right, where you have a ton of agents in the area now. So even if you don't want to go outside of your brokerage, you may not have to. You could stay within the brokerage and then represent your brand as well.
Or they could just come over to LPT under us.
That's a good idea.
We could give them all of our secrets and, you know, the open house box that we use, how we use the power pack.
How we advertise before the open houses,
Right.
right?
All the
Zillow,
different-
Realtor.com,
Because
Facebook.
everybody has access to those. They just got to know how to plug into them.
Right.
We also
free
have
tools.
free tools, right?
Yep.
And 151 steps to get your house sold. Like we have that at our disposal. That just really helps them articulate their value and what they do as a real estate agent.
Well, especially as a new agent, right? Because sometimes as new agents, it's hard for you to articulate your value because you don't know what your value is just yet.
Right.
This outlines it.
We even
step
have
by
a
step.
listing presentation. I mean, how many times have you gone to the initial listing presentation with a new agent? It's just so they can see and get their feet wet, and then they can take it and make it their own.
Right.
But we're open book. We're here for everyone.
And everything that we do in our marketing tools, like our listing presentation, like the 151, like the bot, we use it. We use these materials. It's not
Right.
just like fluff and when we started, we kind of had a fluff, let's be honest, like we took from other people, but some of those things we're like looking at it and we're like, well, we don't really do this, we don't do that. So then we had to like,
You have to make it your own.
right, you got to be honest, right, with your customers about what you do or what you can
And
do.
I tell you, the value of this, I can't even put a value on it because this came from years and years and years of coaching and taking those bits and pieces that
Right.
apply to us in our market and putting them together in a comprehensive package.
And it's still evolving too, because LPT continues to roll out new marketing products,
Right.
new marketing plans, different things that we've tapped into, like the showing time listing on all of our listings now, which we weren't doing before.
Right.
Because again, that gets more exposure not only for the property, but more exposure for us as agents, because now our listings stay on top on Zillow, which is the #1 real estate platform in the world.
Where everybody starts.
And so now, in what happened in the past, right? If the house sits on Zillow or any of these sites, and over time it drops in the rankings because new
buried.
properties come up, right?
Right.
But with the showcase, you're always at the top, regardless if you're changing the price or not, which is a huge, huge benefit
So
to
can you
to
tell
sellers.
us about LPT and the discount? I know you just went through it all with this one. How does that all work? Like what advantage do you have being an LPT agent?
So they give you options, right? They give you options. Same thing with like the commission split. So there's options, right? That's the beauty of what Robert Palmer created, because it truly is an agent-centric model. It's not just like, again, a tagline. And when it comes to like this particular product, you have the option, you can pay up front, which is a little bit at a discount, right? Or let's say again, as a new agent, you don't have a lot of money, right, to put into your business.
Right.
So it's either time or money. That's why open houses are time, but they literally are no money.
Right. A little
Because
sweat equity. Never heard of
Sweat
anyone.
equity,
Yeah.
right. Like a day like today, it's 95 degrees
Extra
outside.
sweat.
It's either time or money, right? And what's great is like for us, we paid up front because we got a little bit of a discount, versus you pay at the time of closing and you pay a little bit more. It's like a difference of $200, but at least when you pay at closing, the commission check is there. You're 100%, right? So you're not
Right.
paying all these splits and everything else that goes.
So you don't have the outlay of cash.
Exactly.
You just get a little less
Right.
of commission.
And you're
per
getting
person.
you're getting exposure as an agent, and then also your seller's property is getting exposure. So it is truly a win for everyone.
So what's the best way if someone's out there, they're either a seasoned agent or a new agent looking to make a change possibly, like how would you tell someone to contact us and learn more about it?
Call or text us. right here,
Yeah.
407-383-4021. I mean, it's simple as that.
Direct connect.
You know, and even back in the day, remember we used to like have all these tree lines for phones, and this number went here and this number and there. And then we're like, what are we doing? Like, if we're not answering our phone, that's where the business comes from. That's where the agents come from. That's where everyone comes from.
Your dad used to say that all the
right.
time.
Matthew, is the phone ringing?
Yes, sir. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
And our number's everywhere.
Yeah,
Google
exactly.
us.
You can Google Team Frida, and it's Freda, not
No I.
No I, right?
Yeah.
So.
What did we do different?
Knowledge about the product, the market, the places that we're seeing, where we were going, the value of the homes compared to other homes around us, and the ease of operation. When we don't understand the technical terms in the real estate world, you were there to define it for us.
Do you feel like we had your back?
You advised us on everything from A to Z. We went over contracts, we went over documents. Any document I couldn't find, you were able to find it for me. As a person that doesn't deal with real estate, I don't know where to find that document.
Right.
And then I would call you, I'm like, Jen, I don't know where to find this. You're like, oh, I got it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And then, so that was invaluable, to be honest.
And who do you think could benefit from our services? Is there anyone that you...
Everyone. Hey, people on the beach, you want to buy a house? Team Frida. Even if they just want to ask questions and inquire about things and they're not clear about certain things, you guys both of you are like a power duo with a wealth of knowledge between the both of you. So
Thank you. We appreciate that. Well, congratulations on your beach home. It's beautiful, and I'm so happy for you. And again, I'm just honored and thrilled that I got to be a little part in that journey for you.
Team Frida!
I'm Jen.
And I'm Matt.
And we're Team Frida. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you're interested in this house here in Edgewater or any other house in Central Florida, give us a call. We'd be glad to help. Or if you're even just thinking about it and starting the process, call us. We'll answer any questions you have. And who knows, you just might end up like our friends Rolla and Fatty in their dream beach home someday.